The line at the grocery store was unusually long that morning. The beeping of the scanner, the shuffle of shopping carts, and the hum of small talk filled the air. Among the crowd stood Emilia, nervous, pale, clutching a small basket of essentials: milk, bread, eggs, and a pack of diapers. Her hands trembled slightly as she counted the few crumpled bills in her purse. She wasn't supposed to be here today. She had planned carefully every dollar, every cent, but the electricity bill had been higher than expected, and her toddler, Noah, had run out of diapers. She hoped it would all come to $18.50, the exact amount she had. As she reached the counter, the cashier, a young woman with perfect makeup and a bored expression, started scanning her items. "That'll be $22.10, she said flatly. Emily froze. Her heart sank. She quickly looked through her wallet again, hoping she had missed a bill somewhere, but all she found was a few coins. "Oh, I'm sorry, can I put something back?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. The cashier sighed loudly, drawing attention from nearby customers. "Sure," she said with a roll of her eyes. "You'll need to hurry though, people are waiting." Emily could feel everyone's eyes on her as she fumbled. She removed the eggs first, then the loaf of bread. "How much is it now?" "Still $20.30, the cashier replied. Her face flushed red. She took out the milk next, trying to keep her tears from falling. "And now?" The cashier didn't hide her annoyance. $18.10, she said, her tone sharp. Finally, a man behind her muttered under his breath, "Some people shouldn't shop if they can't afford it." A few people snickered quietly. The sound pierced through her like a knife. Emily swallowed hard, took her small bag, and whispered, "I'm sorry." She grabbed Noah's hand and turned to leave, her eyes blurred with tears as she walked toward the door. Humiliated, she had worked so hard to stay strong for her son after her husband left them 2 years ago, but at that moment, she felt small powerless. But just as she was about to step outside, she heard a voice behind her. "Ma'am, wait." She turned around. It was a man, probably in his late 40s, wearing a work uniform and a name tag that read Mark. He was holding a grocery bag and a receipt in his hand. "You forgot these," he said, handing her the milk, bread, and eggs she had left behind. Emily shook her head quickly, embarrassed. "No, sir. Yeah, I couldn't pay for those." Mark smiled gently. "I know. I saw what happened. Don't worry about it, it's all taken care of." She stared at him in disbelief. "You a broken bar, you paid for it?" He nodded. "Yes. You reminded me of someone. My wife used to come here when our kids were small. She struggled sometimes, too. I lost her last year, but she always stay. If you can make someone's day a little lighter, do it. So, I guess this is me trying." Tears filled Emily's eyes as she accepted the bag. "I don't know what to say," she whispered. "Just pay it forward someday," Mark said softly. That's all. The people around who had watched her humiliation were silent now. The same cashier who had looked annoyed before suddenly looked guilty, her cheeks pink with shame. Emily smiled weakly at Mark, thanked him again, and walked out with her son, holding her head a little higher. Outside, Noah looked up at her with his innocent eyes. "Mommy, why are you crying?" She knelt down, hugged him tightly, and said, "Because someone was kind to us today, sweetheart. And when you grow up, I want you to be kind too." That night, as she put Noah to bed, she couldn't stop thinking about the stranger's words, "so pay it forward." Weeks later, Emily was at the same store again. This time, she had found a part-time job at a local bakery, and things were slowly improving. As she waited in line, she noticed an elderly woman ahead of her struggling to count her change. The cashier was new, but impatience still lingered in her tone. Without hesitation, Emily stepped forward and said, "I've got it," handing over a few dollars. The woman's eyes widened. "Oh, dear. Thank you." "You didn't have to." Emily smiled warmly. "I wanted to. Someone once helped me too." The woman clasped her hand gently. "Then the world's a better place because of it." As Emily walked out with her groceries, she looked up at the bright morning sky. Life still wasn't perfect, money was tight, and some days were heavy, but her heart felt full, because she had learned that even small acts of kindness could rewrite someone's story. And sometimes, the most painful moments of the humiliation, The heartbreaker are what teach us how to be kindest of all.